It all started that spring, shortly after the Jeffries moved in. His first name was Brandon, but everybody instinctively called him Jeff. Both he and Stella seemed like awfully nice people, and there was no way in the world I could have anticipated anything.
Hey, Paul, they're here. Want to see them? I bet they have nice stuff.
All right.
Yeah. Hey there. What's the trouble?
Oh, I don't know. Damn thing won't start. I'm late for work.
Huh.
I'm sorry. I'm Jeff Jeffries, your new neighbor.
Hi.
Hi. This is my better half, Stella.
Hi.
Hi, Stella. I'm Paul Cowley.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Why don't you turn it over and let me listen to it?
Okay.
Jeff, don't you think you should take a cab? I'll just go and call.
No, it's okay, really.
But we don't want to inconvenience you.
It's no inconvenience at all. Let's turn it over. Hey, wait a minute. You work at American Crane?
Yeah. Oh, don't tell me.
Yeah,
You do too?
I sure do.
Hey, what a coincidence. Wouldn't you know the differential would go out on my second day of work?
Oh, well, you drive across country in an old vehicle like that. It's going to put a lot of stress on it.
Okay. Well, you may have noticed, I'm not very good with machinery. Look, I'm thinking about getting a new car in a couple days. When I do, maybe we should carpool.
Great.
Hey, why don't you guys come up for a drink one of these days?
We'd like that very much. Thank you.
Honey, will you come in here and zip me up?
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Are you sure you want to wear this tonight?
Well, don't you want to make a good first impression?
We're just going across the street for a drink.
You know, I am wearing it for you, you know. God. I wish I kept doing that exercise video.
Hey! You must be
Linda?
Linda, right. Come on in.
Thanks.
Stella, Paul, and Linda are here.
Jeff worked in sales, where he was some kind of wunderkind, and Stella stayed at home like Linda. By the time Christmas came, we were spending every Saturday night together. It didn't take long to discover what the four of us had in common.
Hey, anybody see the Carbonellis recently?
Yeah, I saw Stu.
Oh, yeah? Did he rave about that vacation he took?
I would love to have a vacation.
Someplace called Verano Beach. Sounded like paradise. You know, there's the usual fishing, nude sunbathing.
Jeff.
No, here's the paradise part. No other people. Just surf and sea. No phones, no TVs.
What was it in a previous life, a leper colony?
Well, if what you're thinking about is us coming with you, you could just count it out, because with the economy being what it is, there's no way we could afford it.
Yeah, it is terrible. It really is.
Yeah, it's rotten. Look, the only thing about these cabins is in the off-season, they rent for $400 a week, fully equipped.
Yeah, well, that's $800 for 2 weeks plus the airfare, and I'm still trying to pay off my credit cards.
Paul's idea of vacation is spending 2 weeks in the garage with his tools.
Yeah.
Sorry, honey.
Linda.
Hey, look, it's just a thought. Plant closes for inventory in April. Find a way around that airfare.
Not this year. It's not gonna work, Lynn.
You know, I could wear this on our vacation. Can't wear it here. It's too cold.
You look great, but it's not gonna work.
Yes, it is. Why don't you just think about it, Paul? You know, you and I never did have a honeymoon, did we? I don't mean just this once. Not think about money. Just just think about what we want.
Nope.
Oh, yes.
Huh.
Yes.
No, it's not going to work.
We.
No. Maybe. Just maybe.
Hey, Paul, come here, I need to ask you something. I'm having a problem with this circuit board.
Okay, I'll tell you what you do, Vito. You hook it up to the computer on 18, and the relay will put them in tandem, and then you can work on the board without interrupting production, okay?
Why didn't I think of that? You're gonna be around during closing, though, aren't you?
Not this year. We're going on vacation.
Nah, you'll be here. You always are.
No, I wouldn't lie to you, because I could never sell you again if I did, right?
American Friend.
Hey, Jeff.
I'm sorry, one sec, bro. Oh, hey, Paul, listen, I'll be within 1 minute, all right?
Guess what?
What?
Guess what?
What?
Guess.
What?
We're going.
Ronald Beach?
We're going.
You're kidding me.
No, we're
Great.
going.
Gosh, I hate that you have to drive.
We'll be fine. Remember, we're going to save about $500 if each one of us drives a leg of the trip.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Paul, you know how to use cruise control, don't you?
Paul invented cruise control. Too late, though.
Hon, where'd I put the 22?
In the garage over the paint.
All right.
Jeff wants to go hunting.
How many bathing suits are you bringing, Stella?
2.
I'm gonna bring 3, just in case.
It's not a 5-star resort.
Hey, thanks for packing those sandwiches for us, Stella. Very thought of lying on the beach.
Oh. Okay, you're off.
Remember, it's Delta Flight 2881.
We'll be there.
Thinking of you.
Bye.
Bye, see ya.
It's around here somewhere, Linda.
I know it's around here somewhere. If you had stopped at that beach mart, like I said.
Well, what does it say on the map?
I can't find it. You check.
Not this one, but the other one. The one that they sent us of the compound.
Wait a minute. It's here. Turn left here.
Okay. How far down the road is it?
About a half mile. It's perfect.
It's kind of primitive.
But that's what's so good about it. We can be alone for a while. Let's just hope there's running water. What you doing?
Oh, I gotta fix this washer here.
Good old reliable Paul.
Look really nice, Linda.
Thanks, Paul. I'm tired from all that driving. I think I'll get some sleep.
Okay.
Flight number 34 leaving from Boston at gate 4.
There she is. Hello. Yeah.
How was your flight?
Great. Thanks very much. Thanks for picking us up. How'd you get that finesse?
Paul knows where the heart is.
It's just logic. You wouldn't have played the 8 if you didn't have the king. That evening was the last time that the four of us were what I would call normal with each other.
May I?
It all started the next morning. It started without warning, and there didn't seem to be anything I could say or do about it.
Come on, Jeff.
Where are you going? You want some company?
Well,
What do you mean, well?
it could be more obvious. They could send a singing telegram or hire a skywriter.
I don't think it's like that. We're all friends. It's okay if they go for a walk together.
It's mysterious, I'll give you that. Why drag us all the way down here to bring it out in the open? But I guess that's the whole point. Announce it in a place where there's no one around to referee.
Where are you going?
Shopping. We need some things. You're welcome to come, Paul.
Yeah, sure, wait.
My family used to vacation down here.
Really?
Yeah, Bay Gables, just down the coast. My mother would pack us up for weeks, ship us down. Whole family, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends. We'd rent a whole floor of the Windjammer.
A whole floor?
Yeah. You didn't know I came from money, did you? Oh, yeah. Pots of it.
You don't live like money. At least not my idea of it, anyway.
I know.
Where are your parents now?
Dead. They died in a boating accident when I was 9.
Oh, my God. That's a terrible thing.
And then I inherited all this money and a lot of young men I couldn't trust. You know, I never told Jeff. Even when he found out, we agreed to live simply. But maybe all that should change now.
Linda? Hey, Stella. You know, for a minute there, I thought you were Linda.
Did you find them?
No. Don't worry, they'll turn up eventually.
Paul? How'd you meet her?
We knew each other in high school.
Did you go out with her?
No. No, she used to hang out with the jocks. She was a cheerleader. I just watched from the sidelines. I used to work at a burger joint after school, and she'd come in with her friends. But I never had the nerve to talk to her.
So you fantasize.
Yeah, I guess I did. So about 6 years later, I was coming out of Marla's coffee shop, and I saw her. She was sitting there on a bench. She didn't know me from Adam. She said she did, but she didn't.
What did she say?
Well, she was broke. She needed a job. Her ex had died in an accident. She was just broken.
And you like to fix things, don't you?
Yeah, I guess.
I had a really good time.
Me too.
It was great.
I'll see you later. Oh, hey, say hello to Paul for me.
All right, I will. Bye.
What was that all about?
What? Did you get me a glass of water? I'm so thirsty.
Where did you go?
For a walk. Why?
It's 6 o'clock. You've been gone all day.
Is it really? I thought it was earlier. Well, I wish you had been with us, Paul. There was a mangrove forest, and Jeff led us down to a natural stream, and there was these big blue birds.
Herons.
Herons. Yeah, that's it. Are you angry?
Well, sure I'm angry. Something might have happened.
Well, what could have possibly happened? It's perfectly safe out here.
How the hell would you feel if I stayed away all day and didn't tell you where I was?
Darling, we have to talk about this later because if I don't pee right now, I'm going to explode.
Are you having an affair with him?
You know, I don't know why you always have to do this. Some guy looks at me and you want me to take a lie detector test. If I take a breath, you think I'm going to pop out of my bra or something. Now stop it.
Some guy did not just look at you. You said come on and he went with you and you stayed out all day long. You did it just to hurt me. Why did you do that?
I didn't do it to hurt you. We're on vacation, Paul. You know, we're friends. We're allowed to. We're on vacation. What's wrong with it?
You know exactly what's wrong with it.
Okay, I did it to make you jealous.
Really?
Are you satisfied?
I love you.
I couldn't hit a cow.
Oh, all right, a little higher. Okay. Here, this is what we do. Wait. All right, now, you just squeeze the trigger. All right, don't jerk it. Just squeeze it.
Jeff!
Hey, Paul! Wanna try a shot?
Can I talk to you for a minute?
You can't wait?
Just for a minute, okay?
All right. What's up?
You know, you're putting me in kind of a funny position.
How's that?
Well, you know, going off with her and staying out together all day and putting your arms around her in front of me.
Hey, Paul, this is all completely innocent. I mean, this is me, your pal, Jeff. Jeffries, your neighbor. Huh?
Yeah, I know, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. Stella, too.
All right. Look, the last thing in the world I want to do is make you feel uncomfortable. All right?
Okay.
Okay. And, thanks for being frank with me. I appreciate it.
Okay, good.
All right?
Yeah.
Now lighten up.
All right.
Come on.
Okay.
You hear what I said? get out of here before this guy tries to kill me.
It's okay, I'm all right. I feel like I'm in high school again.
Well, there aren't very many nice ways for people in our position to act, Paul.
It's so humiliating. Why do they want to do this? That's what I can't understand.
Maybe it gives them pleasure. Maybe they want us to do it too.
What, sleep together? Why would they want that?
I don't know, alleviate guilt? It's not like I'm suggesting it.
No, I know Linda. If she wanted Jeff, if she fell in love with him and wanted him, she would come right out and tell me. Hey, let's take a chance.
No.
Come on. There you go. Come on,
No, I'm not a very
shoot
good
the squirrel.
shot.
Doesn't matter. Shoot the squirrel.
It's okay.
Go ahead. Too high. Great.
It's amazing. You try. That was very nice. It makes me feel capable.
Well, here.
No, it's...
Now go ahead. Knock the head off that vulture.
No, I think you should try.
What do you want me to shoot?
The vulture. How about we go to this motel?
No.
Yeah. Let's. Some adulterers we make.
Well. Where were you? Going somewhere?
Home.
Tonight?
Nope. There's a flight tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
I see.
Hi. I was just gonna go for a swim. You wanna come?
Uh-uh.
I won't be too long. You're not back yet?
I left a note saying we were both going, are we?
You're definitely going.
What about you?
Just give me a few minutes.
Linda. Linda, stop it! Give me the gun! Linda, give it to me! Give it. Stella? Oh, no. Stella? Stella. Linda! Linda, my God. What did you do?
Are they dead?
I think so.
We'll get the police, Paul.
Come on, let's go.
No. I'm too tired.
Linda, we'll call him from the road.
I just want to sleep.
You gotta come with me. I can't leave you here. Okay, look. You stay right here, and I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Excuse me, can somebody help me, please? Could you call the sheriff? Could you call the sheriff right now? There's been a terrible thing on the beach. My wife just shot 2 people, and you have to.
Where'd
call
all
the
this
sheriff.
happen?
Just
You
just
need
call
to
him.
sit down and
All right, I'll sit down.
Now calm yourself.
All right. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I can't believe it.
Where did all this happen?
The Dooley compound. I don't know what. She just. I don't know. Linda? Linda? She's not here.
Where are the bodies?
On the beach.
Where's the other one?
Jeff he fell in over there after she shot him.
How come you didn't try to fish him out?
Oh, it was so quick. It was quick. I was trying to get the gun away from her, and then by the time I looked up, he was gone. I couldn't see him.
Wade in out there and see what you can find.
You been friends with these Jeffries long?
What? Almost a year.
Did Joel drive down together?
Well, we drove and they flew.
Whose weapon was that?
It's Jeff's gun. It's Jeff.
He bring you down the plane?
Well, no, we brought down the bulky stuff and then we were going to fly back and they would drive.
Sort of changes your plans, don't it? Hey, Steve, get him a shirt or something. He's got clothes over in that which cabin?
It's the near one.
Let's cut his hair. Get him a shirt, something put on before he fries out here. And use gloves. I don't want your prints everywhere. What is your wife's full name?
Linda Cowley.
And yours?
Paul Cowley.
You want to give me a description of your wife?
She's 5'5", blonde, got blue-green eyes. She's sort of statuesque.
Who the hell's that? Do you know those people? Well, either you do or you don't, boy.
That's Linda, my wife.
Who's that with her?
Jeff.
Jeff? I thought you told me Jeff was dead.
What happened? What's the matter? Where's Stella? Oh my God. Oh my God. No.
You're acting.
Oh no.
I saw her do it.
What happened, Paul?
What do you mean what happened? You were here, you saw what happened.
Tell me it was an accident. Tell me it was an accident, Paul.
No! Let him go!
Take them in, all of them. Take the gun to the lab. And get powder tests on all three of these, all three of them. Put them on ice till I get back. Come on, please. Let's get it done. Callie, this is Mr. Carl Sheff, the county prosecutor, and Mr. David Hill, his assistant.
You do.
We're going to bring the others in here so we can talk to you all at the same time.
How are you?
We understand that everyone's waived his right to an attorney, so we might as well begin. Miss Callie, your husband says that the two of you went off with one another every day since you've been here. Is that so?
Yeah, sure, because he was having an affair with my wife.
It's exactly the opposite, Sheriff. They were having the affair.
Why are you doing this, Paul?
Callie, why don't you just wait a minute and we'll give you your turn. Miss Callie, why don't you tell me what happened this morning?
I woke at 8, had breakfast and showered. I went to the beach. Jeff got there about 10. He was nervous. He said Paul and Stella had gone for another walk.
Were you nervous too, Miss Callie?
No. It had gotten to the point where I didn't much care what Paul did. Maybe I should have. Jeff was so upset that I suggested we go fishing. We were on our way back when we saw you. And then we saw Stella.
How can you sit there and lie like that, Linda? How can you do that?
What kind of bait you use, Mr. Jeffries?
Silver Opala.
They have it with them when they came back?
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing on the beach with Miss Jeffries, Callie?
Okay. Stella and I met on the beach in the morning. After the two of them had gone for their walk. She knew that I was planning to leave, and she took a swim. I think she was just trying to decide if she was going to go too.
How come your note said that y'all were going together if she was undecided? Did you change your mind?
I assumed she was going to go. We had both talked about it. Why would I kill Stella? What possible motive would I have?
Crime of passion. Happens all the time, Mr. Cowley.
He's the one with the motive.
Liar.
Stella had money.
He's lying! He's lying! I'm gonna kill you!
I'm not gonna mess with anybody.
Stop it, please, Paul.
What are you doing to me? You're lying!
Get off me. Come on now.
Daddy's lost his mind.
Easy, easy. Come on, take them on. Go on.
Quite a fine mess, huh? First murder we've had since I joined the force 11 months ago.
Yeah, well, I didn't do it.
Not from either side. You haven't been charged yet, though. That's a good sign. You got a lawyer?
No, I don't. Is there anyone you would recommend?
Well, most folks around here say go to the city, get one of the big fellas. Me? I'd hire a local fella named Journeyman. Real fighter, that fella.
Excuse me, am I under arrest?
Not yet, Mr. Cowley.
Okay, well, I'd like to have a lawyer present.
Sure. Ruse, get me that
I want
book.
Journeyman.
Sure.
And he was scared, too, let me tell you. He was scared. He was ashamed. He was awful.
Calvin Journeyman.
Hello.
Don't let them push you around. Now, have they read you your rights yet? Vern, let me have a minute with my client alone.
Oh, no, that's all right, Mr. Journeyman. I'm happy to answer their questions.
I'd advise against that.
I've got nothing to hide.
Your call.
Okay, right in here, please.
Just remember, Paul, don't ever give him a nickel when a penny will do, okay?
You saw the shadow of the rifle barrel.
Yes, sir.
And what'd you see when you looked back?
I saw Linda. She was aiming the gun.
Were the dead woman's eyes open or shut?
Shut.
I thought she was wearing sunglasses.
No, sir.
How close was the muzzle to the dead woman's head?
5 feet. Maybe a little bit closer. I don't really know.
Did you ever do anything to make your wife want to kill Miss Jeffries? I mean, was she jealous of you?
Sir, she was the one who was having the affair.
So your wife shot Miss Jeffries for no reason?
She killed Mrs. Jeffries to frame me. That way they could get rid of both of us at once.
You, know how to shoot a rifle, Mr. Cowley?
Yes. I'm not a very good shot, though.
How many times did you drive into town with Miss Jeffries?
Twice. Maybe 3 times.
Did you ever go into the Silver Bullet with Miss Jeffries?
Is going into the Silver Bullet a crime now, Carl? If so, you better arrest me, too, because I've been in there more than 4 or 5
Did you ever go to the Burlington Motel with the dead woman, Cowley?
Where? Oh, yes.
Were you sleeping with her?
No. We rented a room, but we just talked.
Talk? You rented a room to talk?
Mr. Cowley, our experts took powder traces off your hands from a recently fired rifle.
Yes, sir. That's because I was wrestling Linda to get the gun away from her, and it went off.
Then how come your wife didn't have powder burns on her hands?
Maybe she washed them off.
No, that can't be done. Why didn't your wife's hands have powder on them, Cowley?
Maybe she was wearing gloves.
That's it. And we want you to find them, Vern. We demand a thorough search of that beach. Comb every inch, Vern. Every micrometer.
I can't believe that anybody could be so calculating.
We're gonna caucus a minute, Cal. We'll be right back.
Paul, that's the damnedest, sorriest story I ever heard in my life. My granddaughter could have made up a better one. I can't go into court with a story like that. They'll think I'm Milton Berle.
It's the truth.
So what? Let's see what else we can use, okay? The trigger jammed. The gun just went off. You've been so scared you've been lying ever since.
No.
It was a suicide pact. You lost your nerve.
Did you hear what I said? No.
Mr. Cowley, we're going to charge you with first-degree murder in the death of Stella Jeffries.
On what grounds, Cole? All you've got is spit and rubber bands. Anybody can see that this man's wife set him up.
And in the presence of your lawyer, I just want to say, if you confess right now, we'll seek other options in the death penalty.
Better watch it, Cole. Well, you're going to confess to your mistake when re-election comes up.
For sure.
Dear, they told me you could have some clothes, but no belt or shoelaces. So I brought you the pair of pants that don't need a belt, and some socks and underwear, and a cassette player so you could have something to listen to. I've talked to your lawyer. He's flying in 2 forensic psychiatrists to examine you. There's a possibility that the insanity defense will be our best option.
Keep it up, Linda. It's almost amusing.
I've told everyone that I'm going to stand by you no matter what you did. It was terrible. But I know you're not responsible. Because you're ill.
Where are you staying?
At the cottage. Rent is paid, so I might as well stay there, don't you think? Unless you'd rather I were in town, dear.
You're incredible, Linda.
I'm only doing what I think is right. I think you should talk with your lawyer about our own financial arrangements. He can probably put our house on the market and sell the car. We're gonna need money. Especially if you're found sane.
Doesn't it make any difference to you, Linda? Didn't it change something inside you? Pulling the trigger. Seeing what it did to her.
Don't be irrational, darling.
How long have you waited for your big chance, Linda? How many years? What makes you think that this is it? Even if it works, you know it's not going to work. He knows what you did, and that means he knows what you are. Maybe you can hold him a little while longer, but you're getting older, Lindy, and your looks are the only things that you have to hold him with. You think he's going to marry you, but right now he's thinking how foolish that would be. What a joke. You set him free, and he leaves you, and what can you do about it? You're going to kill him, too?
It's very important you get that fantasy out of your head, darling. Poor Jeff. His tragedies made him quite dependent on me. Try and get some sleep. Everything will seem less unreal if you sleep.
Get your shoes on, boy. I'm Dave Hill.
Hi.
Hi. You don't have to talk to me if you don't want to. I'm the opposition.
I don't mind.
Off the record, Mr. Callie, I'm curious. Why'd you make up such a far-fetched story?
It's not a story. I didn't kill Stella.
Okay, for argument's sake, let's say accept what you say. How do you explain the fact?
Calvin. David. Just leave it. Wrong room.
May I have some water, please?
Yeah. You know, whether you got $2 or $2 million, you get the same treatment from Journeyman. It don't make no difference. But it's nice to know. What do you got?
Well, I own a house with Linda, and there's an IRA and about $3,000 in the bank.
You kill that woman, Paul. Now think about it, because we're gonna have to go in there and plead it, and I'm gonna defend you no matter what. It won't prejudice me against you, boy, if you did.
But I didn't.
Yeah, well, your story's still no damn good. I worked on it for days. It still don't work.
Well, it may not work, but it's the truth.
Psychiatric exam is normal, so the grand jury indictment of first-degree murder stands. You still pleading innocent, Mr. Journeyman?
We plead what we are, Your Honor. Not guilty.
In that case, prisoner is remanded to custody, and a preliminary trial date is set for June 4th.
All rise. This court is in recess, and the case stands adjourned until June 4th. Let's go, sir.
Paul? Paul, please talk to me.
Listen, Paul. Are you trying to save yourself, or are you trying to be some kind of a martyr? That's not a trick question. I gotta know.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Journeyman?
Your semen was found in Mrs. Jeffries, Paul.
That's impossible. I don't know how that could be.
Well, that's what I've been asking myself. It couldn't have gotten there by itself, now could it? And those lab boys, drunk as they usually are, don't make this size mistake.
Oh, my God. I must have put it there.
You realize what you're asking the jury to believe? That these people somehow stored semen and then injected it into the woman after they killed her.
Mr. Hill,
How are you?
is Paul all right?
Depends on what you mean by all right. Nothing's changed, if that's what you mean.
Oh. I thought he might have hurt himself.
No, your husband's okay.
Please, come in.
Thank you. Weren't you arrested for soliciting in Bakersfield a few years ago, Mrs. Callie?
Excuse me?
Came up on the police computer. I think you were arrested twice. Is that right?
Is there some reason why you're bringing this up?
It's my job to know everything.
Okay. I was married. To a Marine. He was killed in a training accident. After he died, I went off the deep end for a while. It can happen.
But weren't you separated at the time that he died, Mrs. Callie?
You don't know much about feelings if you think that made it any easier.
That's what my wife says when she gets mad. I don't know anything about feelings.
Is that why you came down here? Get me to confess to murder because I made a mistake when I was young? Now, you listen to me, Mr. Hill. I'll talk to you whenever you like, and I'll come down whenever you people want me to, but don't come down here making insinuations.
You know what I think is going to happen, Mrs. Kelly?
What?
Paul is going to cop a plea. He gets second degree, get 8 years, out in 3. How do you feel about that?
Relieved.
Not afraid?
Afraid? Why should I feel afraid?
Well, you know. He says you framed him. And he could come back and do some serious damage.
Paul? Paul wouldn't hurt a flea. I assume that after all that time, he would no longer be delusional. Is that all, Mr. Hill?
Sure.
You know, I'm new around here myself, Paul. My wife and I came down 3 years ago from New York State. She's a radio announcer. You know, in Buffalo, she spent half the winter with laryngitis. We ran checks on you back home. I looked up your psychiatric reports. You're stable, intelligent, a little unimaginative. Not the kind of man who normally makes up wild stories. Journeyman told you we found your semen in Mrs. Jeffries, and you still deny you slept with her?
Absolutely.
Did you and your wife use birth control, Paul?
We used condoms. She didn't want to have any children.
So, in theory, she could have collected a sample and saved it.
What kind of person would do something like that?
How much did you know about your wife before you married her?
We met in high school.
Did you know she was arrested for prostitution?
No.
Do you play chess, Paul? Kept me sane through law school. In chess, you anticipate your opponent's moves. For instance, you see a powerful attack shaping up, but know that if you make all of the obvious moves, you'll be crushed, because your opponent has taken those moves into account also. So you move wildly. Sometimes you get lucky.
You don't believe I did it, do you? Did you find out anything about Jeff?
It's clean so far. Flying him in tomorrow for the coroner's inquest.
Is he staying at the cabins, too?
No. No, the guests of the county put up at the Fauntleroy.
Dinner! Hello? Hello?
Hey, Jeff? Hey, buddy, how you doing? Listen, I sure wouldn't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but I think you just ought to know. I'm out.
Who is it?
It's me, Jeff.
Jeff, what are you doing?
Paul escaped.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Wait here while I get get some clothes on.
I don't like it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Look, I just...
Shut up.
Like
What do you think he's gonna do? Jump out of the
No!
bushes? Will you please be quiet?
I just didn't anticipate anything like this happening, that's all.
Come on, honey, calm down. I want you to go back to the motel. It was very stupid to come out here. You can't give anyone the chance to start making guesses.
Look, let's go back inside the house. I feel
I
safer
told
inside.
you it's probably bugged. Now listen, you know that guy Hill?
Yeah.
He stopped by today to have a little chat. He's not convinced yet. So it's important you and I stick to our agreement.
Look, what if Paul thought of something we didn't? You know, he's no dummy. Suppose we overlooked something.
Thought you said you had good nerves.
I do, but...
But what? What could go wrong? Use your head, Jeff. We even thought of placing cigarette butts with my lipstick on them.
I just didn't think it was gonna be... You know, the way it was. I thought she was gonna look like she was sleeping, you know, but... Oh, her eyes... blood. I mean, I saw her face, I saw her lie back in the sand.
Shut up!
Will you stop telling me to shut up?
I'm sorry. Just don't want you to have to think about it.
You really have to think about it, don't you?
I wouldn't start that if I were you. According to the law, my friend, it was our finger on the trigger, not just mine, ours. I think you ought to relax, Jeff. Stop worrying about Paul. He hasn't got the guts of a rabbit.
I just wish we hadn't done this. I just wish we hadn't done this. I wish there was some sort of magical clock.
Oh, grow up.
Paul, what are you doing here?
You told me to do something unexpected.
I was gonna do something unexpected, not you.
Yeah, well, I've got proof. You gotta listen to this.
In here.
I called Jeff as soon as I got out.
What?
He led me right to her. Everything they said is on that tape. They hung themselves.
I want you to go back to the motel. It was stupid coming out here. We don't want to give anyone the opportunity to start making guesses.
Look, let's go back in the house. I just feel safer
Could
inside.
be bugged, I told you. Now listen, you know that guy Hill?
Yeah. Keep him over and...
Is that all?
Maybe it clicked off, but I kept checking it. I kept checking it.
Look, Paul, did anybody see you at Linda's?
Okay, just a minute. Well, let's try it again. Damn it! It's ruined. I ruined it when I fell in the water.
Look, Paul, does anyone know you were there?
Yeah, the police, they shot at me.
Did they follow you?
No, they didn't follow me. I remember every single word they said.
What if I'd swear to it in court? It's hearsay. Besides, no one would believe you.
You believe me, don't you?
Look, Paul, this tape is inadmissible. We can't get a legal voice print off a portable tape player. The best we could have hoped for would have been an interrogation tool.
Are you gonna let him kill me for what she did?
David, is everything all right?
Fine, hon. I'll be up in a minute. Do you remember everything that was said? Everything that was said to the letter?
Every word.
Here. I want you to write it down, every word. Okay?
David?
I'll be right back.
Why not just play what you have for them?
It's not enough.
It may not be enough to get the arrest thrown out, but it makes Shep reopen the investigation. If we fabricate a tape, we're breaking the law, David. We're violating everything you've sworn to uphold. You realize we could both go to prison.
Shirley, I have to do it. I'm convinced he's innocent, but I can't prove it.
Let the courts prove it. That's what they're for.
Shirley, I cannot let an innocent man go to the chair.
I couldn't remember. Who spoke first? Was it Linda or Jeff? What did they say? I could only come up with a couple of sentences and not in the right order. It was the hardest thing I'd ever done.
We've got 4 hours until the morning shift comes in.
Let's do it then.
I want to thank you both for this.
I thought you said you had good nerves.
I don't know how many times we went over it. It sounded pretty good in parts, slow and stiff in others. And yet in the end, some of it sounded so right it made me shiver. Find the tape yet?
They still haven't found it.
They have to find it.
Talked to Vernon this morning. He's gonna look a couple of more hours and then save the county some money.
Did you talk to Hill?
Hill? What the hell would I want to talk to Hill? You think I ought to talk to Hill?
I think Hill knows I'm innocent. And I definitely think he would persuade Vernon to keep looking. If you know what I mean.
I think I'll talk to Hill. Yeah.
Well, morning, Dyke.
Morning, Mr. Journeyman.
You boys found that tape yet?
Ah, not yet. In fact, they're pulling their people off now.
Y'all let me in there, Dyke. Come on, I want to look, too. Hey, state doesn't pay me by the hour. You don't have me. Go on in here. Take it.
Come on, guys. We ain't got all day.
Hey, Vern! Where the hell have you been looking for this thing? In your navel?
Grow up.
What do you say, Vern? Pretty incriminating, isn't it?
Well, in my opinion, we couldn't sell that to the tabloids.
What makes you say that, Carl?
This man escapes. Just happens to make it to where Mr. Jeffries and Miss Cowley are visiting, just happens to overhear them incriminating themselves, and just happens to record it. I wouldn't stand up in court with an orderly under each arm and some crutches.
We're not asking you for it to stand in court, Carl. We're asking you to play it for the two people who seem to be on it.
Well, what if they want their attorneys present when I play it, Calvin, then what?
All the more reason you ought to put them off. To rectify the wrong that you have done in this case, Carl, without jeopardizing your chance for re-election.
There's enough there to look at it.
You got some sort of weird thing about this guy, don't you?
Not weird exactly. I think he may be innocent.
In spite of the witnesses, the powder burns, the semen, and all the other physical
That's
evidence.
what a frame is, sir. Physical evidence.
Did they tell you what this was all about?
No, ma'am. Just that it was important.
Ready?
Don't want you to have to think about it.
You really have to think about it, don't you?
I wouldn't start that if I were you. According to the law, my friend, our finger on the trigger, not just mine, ours. I think you ought to relax, Jeff. Stop worrying about Paul. He hasn't got the guts of a rabbit.
Really, Mr. Shep? Is this your idea of police work? It's a little quaint, isn't it?
Well, it wasn't my idea, Miss Cowley.
Anyone can tell that's not me, Sheriff. You know it, and I know it.
Sound like you to me, Miss Cowley.
It's obviously a fabrication. I would love to discuss it with you further, but in that case, I would like to have my attorney present.
That won't be necessary. Thank you, Miss Cowley.
Matthews, take Miss Callie into room 6, please.
Thank you, Sheriff. What's he doing here?
Hi, Linda.
So, where do you guys keep your donuts?
No! Hasn't Jeff suffered enough?
Oh, so? What's up?
What's this all about?
Well, we'd like to play something for you.
Sure.
It'll only take a minute.
What could go wrong? Use your head, Jack. I thought of putting my lipstick on the cigarette butts, okay?
I just didn't think it would be the way it was. I thought she looked like she was asleep. But her eyes. The blood.
Shut up. You stop. Stop! Stop telling me to shut up.
We have all of it. The whole conversation. Would you like to hear it?
Nah, that's not me. Anyone can tell. That's not me. Oh, man, you guys are barking up the wrong tree. You gotta charge Paul with fraud or something if he sold that to you. Not that I blame him. I suppose if a man's desperate enough, he'd do almost anything. Look, I don't hold this against you guys. I know you got a job to do. This whole thing has been very hard for me, so if you don't mind.
Mr. Jeffries, why did you say Paul made that tape?
I don't know. I just assumed.
What if I told you Paul didn't make that tape? Suppose I told you I did.
What are you talking about?
What if I told you I had a court order to have the Cowley cabin bugged?
No way.
Suppose I told you that after our continuing investigation of you and Mrs. Cowley convinced us that you were having an affair, I was able to get permission to tape you. That this isn't Paul's work but mine.
Liar.
No way.
Suppose I had you and Mrs. Cowley taped at the dock. Mr. Jeffries.
I just didn't think it would be the way it was. I thought she looked like she was asleep. But her eyes. The blood.
Shut up. Would you stop? Stop! Stop telling me to shut up.
Her eyes. The blood.
Shut up. Would you stop? Stop! Stop telling me to shut up.
To be the way it was. That she looked like she was asleep. But her eyes. The blood.
Shut up. Would you stop? Stop! Stop telling me to shut up.
Why don't you sit down and talk to us, Mr. Jeffries? You didn't want to do it, did you?
Don't do it, Jeff. Don't do it.
I didn't want to do
Jeff, shut up! Shut up!
It started off as a joke. That grew.
Damn you!
And right up to the last second, I was thinking about it like, you know, like it was part of a plan that was never going to happen, and then she did it. She shot stuff. I had to go through it. I'm sorry.
My name is Paul Cowley, and I'm here to see my wife, Linda.
Hi.
Hello, Linda. How you doing?
Okay, I guess. Food's terrible. Gotta let you order out.
I heard you got a new lawyer.
Yeah. The guy was stupid. I got a new guy I like, though. His name's Anderman. Went to Harvard. He told me he represents all the big drug dealers, so I bet he's good. Oh, you know what else? He drives a Ferrari. I'd love to drive a Ferrari. Just once. Put the top down and let the wind blow through my hair. How are you?
I'm all right.
I was real lucky, you know, because the court's paying for him and he doesn't usually work for free. Guess his number came up on the charity list and it was me. Lucky me. Quit smoking.
Good.
Yeah.
Eventually, I did cry. Looking back, I don't think I was crying for my wife so much as for that other Linda. The unknown girl I'd watched from a distance so many years ago and longed for and loved.